Oh no. No, what's happening? No! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! No! 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 Oh my god! No! No!
I want to start by asking you about a report we're airing on the NewsHour about the heightened security in this country post 9/11 in public places that may be putting American civil liberties at risk. What is your sense of whether this country has struck the right balance between more security and civil liberties?
Well, I think the President's made very clear that one of the real tenets of his policy is that we respect, recognize the civil liberties of every American person. And so what he has made very clear to me, as well as to others within the CT community, the counterterrorism community, is that we need to do our jobs the best that we can, but we also have to make sure that we recognize the limits of the law, and also that American citizens and persons have these rights and liberties that we need to respect.
In all of the dealings that I had with you heretofore in committee, I believe you would agree with me that government must operate in good faith.
I agree.
And it is the trust that we put in each other in government that makes it work. You would agree with that?
I would agree with it.
And I would simply ask you if it didn't trouble you a bit, at least, to have to look people in the eye and say to them, I'm complying with the letter and the spirit of your law, because essentially you said to yourself the law doesn't apply. I mean, that really isn't dealing in good faith, is it, Admiral?
As I have testified before, I was clearly withholding information.
Now, it is true that the administration is maybe doing pieces of this, but it hasn't been integrated in any meaningful way and explained not only to the domestic audience, but also to our foreign audience. And I think that's one of the reasons that we're in a state right now of great uncertainty. Now, the current operational picture in Iraq is represented here. And can everybody hear me if I turn to face the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Note that the yellow dots are the Kurds, the red dots are the Iraqi forces, and the black dots are the Islamic State. Also note that all of the activity occurs basically along the rivers.
SAIC, 44 years of excellence. We built enduring customer relationships and a reputation for solving some of the nation's most challenging problems. Today, our customers face a changing landscape, new threats, new realities. So fueled by adaptability, born from experience, we at SAIC have a solution.
Are there instances, specific examples of where this additional security here in this country has either prevented or in some way led to prevented an attack or led to the arrest or capture of somebody who was planning to do something?
Well, we had a recent example of an individual in Texas who was planning to carry out an attack.
Robin Westman, the 23-year-old transgender Minneapolis shooter who murdered 2 children at a Catholic church, left a manifesto of disturbing demonic beliefs.
We did not know whether places like the CIA and NSA and places like that had some super duper computer working in the background that was catching all the terrorists. We sort of suspected they didn't, and then it took a while to figure that out. But I think our suspicions were probably correct.
Yeah, we saw them doing a lot of things that made us suspect that they're actually gotten way behind Silicon Valley.
I remember our first trip to Langley in 2005. We got an In-Q-Tel to invest, and you and I were there. And I think it took us about a day or two to process. But at the end of the trip, it was like, "Do you want to buy some stuff from the CIA gift shop?" And it was like, you can get a windbreaker and a CIA cap.
Here's these coins that were kind of cool.
I think they were made in China.
We have some questions, and try to keep me out of purgatory. I'm already skating a fine line. Luckily, my co-founder, I didn't appreciate the value of, we have these F shares, which basically means it's harder to fire me. I'm realizing I'm skirting on thin ice, so.
Please welcome Senior Director of Government Services at Cisco, Mike Yonkers.
Morning. Are we going to sit down or stand up? Or?
I'm standing, but
right.
you do you.
It's your show. I'm honored to be here with you today.
It's not my show. It's actually your show. And you want to stand, hop.
I do not want to hop. Thank you. I certainly don't want to dance.
Do a little.
I used to play the drums, and I used to be able to do that sort of thing, but I can't do that anymore.
By the way, I apologize for the dental music, but you don't have to sit in the chair.
Nice to see you.
Unless you want to.
If I sit, will you sit, or are you going to stand?
Whatever you want.
Let's
prefer to sit. Could I have something to drink?
And then you have the battlefield is going to be AI and smaller weapons driven, and the almost complete tech scene for that is in this country. And so,
you consider that soft power, economic power?
Well, no, I think
what
the hard. I'm
category is
getting
that
the,
in?
No, I think the hard power is going to be so dominant that
I'm tired of this crap.
We do not want to be in a country where we're doing much, much better than every other country, but the average American doesn't see the benefits. And so that's got to be a central focus of what people who are building things think about. And there are a lot of good answers, but it's not, but we need to think about it more than you would think we have to think about it, because it's, if the winners win 10x and everyone else wins 3x, well.
Let me ask you about that, because you want to win. You wake up to win. That's the goal at Palantir. But in the context of geopolitics, I was in Davos a couple weeks ago, and I sat next to a Chinese executive who said, "It's very interesting, Andrew. For a very long time, we, meaning China, we were fine, or we were happy with the U.S. Being the leader of the world. We're less fine with them being the winner of the world, because if they're winning, it means that other people are losing." What do you think of that?
I don't think in win-lose. I think in domination.
Israel is our friend.
I think if it's just about money, if it's just about winning, if it's just about having prestige, for me, that's not enough to do that. That I could have just, I don't know, that's not enough, because that is just real, and it's super humiliating. We have this thing where a lot of Palantirians are getting wealthy, and when I used to do a lot of therapy for people, largely in the beginning, to explain to engineers why their social life wasn't as good as their IQ, and this is not even like me making it up. It's completely true. It's like, yes, I know you have 180 IQ, but I know they should like you more, but they don't. It's online. But
if you told me, bro, I'm 40 years old. If you told me, hey, Sam, here's $1 billion. You get $1 billion. I'd be like, whoa, wahoo! And then tomorrow I'd be like, whoa, I want McDonald's. I'm gonna go play PlayStation and eat McDonald's. Oh, I remember, I have $1 billion. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. $1 billion? Oh, that's better than what I have right now, what I thought I had. Yeah, $1 billion? I guess I could buy something. That's what I would be like if you were like a massive boon that you are overlooking with your depressed ass, frankly, faggotized phone call.
I think in domination.
I'm a software developer. Whatever, man. I'm a software developer too. You know, I would like to be like helpful. Oh, Sam's so wise and helpful. He really helped me out of a jam. But if you're 25 and you have an ocean of time ahead of you and you're a healthy white male, I can't get with this program. My family died. Oh, he's 20. Is he 25?
I believe so, sure. Yeah.
Oh, my family died. Come on. Yeah. Come on, man. If you're a man, you're alone. And if you're not alone now, you're gonna be alone. And psychologically not being able to deal with that or letting that impact you to the point where you're calling a show and mentioning it, okay, means that some element of your psyche is still a little boy.
Kill that little boy inside.
You don't have to kill the little boy that lives inside you, but you have to grab life.
Grab this, you fucking sad boy criminal.
You have to. Otherwise, you are just gonna be a guy watching. What's the show that's like takes place in hell and has demons and it's a cartoon?
Has-Been Hotel?
Has-Been Hotel.
Is it that one where like the tranny made it or something?
Watch a trailer for Has-Been Hotel. This is what your favorite entertainment's gonna be if you don't grab life. If you don't affirm, if you don't tap into the generative, ceaselessly erupting fountain of energy that is the source, the fire of life that's there for you to tap into, you're not 60, you're not in a wheelchair, you're not schizophrenic.
I want to buy some stuff from the CIA gift shop, and it was like you can get a windbreaker and a CIA cap.
Here's these coins. They were kind of cool.
I think they were made in China.
Have your every part of your body and every part of your mind focused on this for like 5 years. Try that. It's really hard to do. And so to organize yourself around doing that, you need a higher purpose. And I also think you often need a lower purpose. Like the higher purpose for me.
What's a lower purpose?
Well, I love the idea of getting a drone and having light fentanyl-laced urine spraying on analysts who tried to screw us. So that's my lower purpose.
I'm tired of this crap. Israel is our friend. They're the most reliable friend we have in the Mideast. They're a democracy.
Until you realize what it means.
The basic idea was that we could never win an election on getting certain things because we were in such a small minority. But maybe you could actually unilaterally change the world without having to constantly convince people and beg people and plead with people who are never going to agree with you through a technological means. And this is where I think technology is this incredible alternative.
I'm gonna go play PlayStation and eat McDonald's. Oh, I remember, I have $1 billion. That's pretty cool.
This is my very specific question for you, right? Is that you're an investor in AI. You're deeply invested in Palantir, in military technology, in technologies of surveillance, in technologies of warfare, and so on, right? And it just seems to me that when you tell me a story about the Antichrist coming to power and using the fear of technological change to sort of impose order on the world, I feel like that Antichrist would maybe be using the tools that you were building, right? Like, wouldn't the Antichrist be like, great, we're not going to have any more technological progress, but I really like what Palantir has done so far, right?
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that a concern? Wouldn't that be the irony of history would be that the man publicly worrying about the Antichrist accidentally hastens his or her arrival?
There are all these different scenarios. I obviously don't think that that's what I'm doing.
I mean, to be clear, I don't think that's what you're doing either. I'm just interested in how you get to a world willing to submit to permanent authoritarian rule.
Well, but again, there are these different gradations of this we can describe. But is this so preposterous, what I've just told you, as a broad account of the stagnation that the entire world has submitted for 50 years to peace and safetyism? This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. The slogan of the Antichrist is peace and safety, and we've submitted.
Is it me, or does it get harder and harder every day to decipher what is real anymore and what is AI? Well, we could just stop there and I'll just ponder that for the morning, but we'll go on. A father of 3 says he spiraled into a delusional rabbit hole after turning to a chatbot for answers. And it all started with one simple math question. CNN's Hadass Gold has more.
I was completely isolated.
Joining us now is the reporter who broke the story, Teddy Schleifer from Recode. Teddy, thanks for joining us today. I guess just to sort of recap the story itself, how we got here.
Sure. So U.S. officials have been talking with some people close to the firm in recent months, sort of looking at what is going on at Mithril Capital. This is a story we've been covering closely over here at Recode, and a lot of the questions center around financial misconduct. So right now, U.S. officials, investigators, which includes the FBI, are looking into this firm. You know, this is an early stage of the investigation. Obviously, we should say that lots of investigations don't actually end with an indictment, but right now they're looking into it.
Peter Thiel, any comments on this year's Bilderberg meeting? Any particular interesting topic you guys discussed?
Any comment about Bilderberg, sir?
No comment?
Yeah. Mission accomplished, sir. No. Both targets, sir. No, sir. They will never suspect a thing. Happy conflicts. They'll call us heroes.
Sick all day, and it's cause I'm on my low shit. In my brain, it be feeling like a mosh pit. You don't like me cause I'm sitting in the cockpit. Been too long, so I know that Mr. Stop it. Since I changed, I don't fuck with any sunny days. Don't go out in sunny days without my Cartiers. Cartiers nice, but I like my Louis frames. Fuck that Cartier, I'm sad, but I forgot their names.
Good evening. I was reading a couple of things, and I thought I could share it with you. Would you like a toy? Okay, that's fine. It's from the King James Version. I know you guys like that. This is Luke 11, 11:5. I believe, yes. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do, for they think they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask them. I want to read from Matthew 13, 44 to 46. I was wrong on the other one. Anyway. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will be your heart. For where your treasure is, there will be your heart be also. And now Luke 11, 33 to, I don't know which one this is, 33 through 36. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. I hope you don't think of me as some sort of trying to portray myself as of more moral authority, something morally grandstanding or something. I'm not. I'm the worst, really. Peter Thiel is not the Antichrist. That is silly to say. That's ridiculous. I think, I may be wrong. I'm certainly not familiar off the top of my head with the specific scripture on that. Revelation. The systems he is building, the total information control utopia he's trying to achieve. That is fertile ground. That is fertile ground. I cannot imagine something so enticing for those forces as a project like this. When I said that the that the warriors of Christ would gather in Newfoundlands. I think that's how I said it. I wasn't joking. I wasn't being schizophrenic. It's going to be a real problem. And they're galloping. Right now, Peter is doing his PR stunts in a very private and closed manner. I believe it is a PR. He's basically trying to distance himself, saying, I'm going to do these lectures so I can show you this is all a very scientific study, academic, an issue of academic importance for me. He's trying to distance himself from what he's doing and what he's setting in place. They already set it in place. It's already in place. I hope that during this time, during this day, you are all able to, grieve the ones you've lost, if you have to. But also think about the history and really the public access information you have. It's difficult to, it's not the easiest thing to verify it, but there are official documents and there are things that happen. There are people that were in specific places. In this video, I showed you a lot of Wikipedia. So if anyone would try to, throw that argument at me, well, that's Wikipedia. I would ask you if you have ever been, and if you have been, where is it wrong? Which information is wrong? And we can have fun by being together, and I will have you try to disprove all this stuff. Condolences to the families of the victims of 9/11. God bless you, be well. Your ice cream, sir.